Well, I'm encouraged at their attitude. They feel like that if there were a farm program, that certain of the prisoners would benefit from it. At present, our county jail does not have any facilities for a prisoner to get out of the cell other than into what I call a day room, where he might play cards or have conversation with his fellow prisoners, go to their dining hall. Well, this isn't any way for a man to live for a period of a year, 2 years, as he may, being restricted to other people who have a criminal past. To me, this is sort of destructive of our whole theory of penal handling.
In other words, you feel that rehabilitation could take place a lot easier if we had a county prison farm.
A man would be doing something constructive. He would feel like he's making a contribution, and I understand that the sheriff can give them additional credit for their sentence if they do what they call good time, and this would be obviously a project which would be good time.
The water is inviting, and at most of the 6 recently opened Dallas school system pools, large numbers of students are diving in, and 324 of them are taking swimming lessons. But not so here at the Alamo pool, just south of downtown. Alamo is supposed to serve South Dallas, but in the first 6 days of summer operation, Alamo was only used 1/4 as much as the Edison pool in West Dallas. Alamo's location seems to be a problem. It's right next to an elevated main thoroughfare and not central to the bulk of the South Dallas population. Also, right next to the Alamo pool, the City Park Department also has a small outdoor pool in which the Red Cross gives free swimming lessons. Instruction is supposed to be the main purpose of the 6 45 by 75-foot swimming pools that have been open in the Dallas school system. But in this regard, even the Edison pool in West Dallas isn't meeting its purpose. At the White Rock pool, for instance, 113 kids are in 8 swimming classes, but at Edison, only 2 are taking formal lessons, and here at Alamo, only 4 are taking formal lessons. Dallas school administrators are concerned, and some suggestions as to what should be done about this come from school board member Mrs. Henry Bromberg.
Well, I think the first thing that can be done and should be done is to eliminate the fee at the pools in the deprived areas. We have had 1,800 children swimming at Edison School in the last 6 days, which is a very fine attendance. That is the greatest number that have been swimming in the 3 pools in the economically deprived areas. But nevertheless, I don't believe that we are reaching all the children there, since we have had 16,000 children approved for the special lunch program. We've had 6,000 children, I believe, swimming at the 6 pools since the inception of this program 6 days ago, but that's still not 16,000 who are on the special lunch program, and this is probably the figure that will be used if we can eliminate this tuition.
The Dallas School District has applied for federal Title I monies, hopefully to help with the $15 tuition for the swimming classes and transportation to pools like the Alamo Pool here. But if federal monies are not found, the school district will be faced with finding some other way to have their pools used as they're intended. Mrs. Bromberg says the school district will know about the federal funding in about a week, and she's optimistic about their success in this regard. Title I money is for enrichment of deprived youngsters, and Mrs. Bromberg calls swimming lessons not only enrichment, but a necessity. This is Teal Salon.
The murder trial of J. Lloyd Parker, Jr. opened today in the court of District Judge Byron Matthews. Parker is charged with the May 2nd, 1963 shooting death of his wealthy father at the family home here in Fort Worth. Taking the stand first today was a 65-year-old former gardener for the senior Parker. Julian Morales testified that he went to work just before 9 o'clock on the morning of the murder. He said that as he worked outside the fashionable Parker home, he heard 2 gunshots, saw Lloyd Jr. leave the house and drive away in a car. The gardener said he was frightened by the gunshots and hid behind a tree. After the defendant left the house, Morales said he peeped in a window and saw the elder Parker lying face up on a kitchen floor. Morales says he then summoned police. The young Fort Worth man whom police had sought regarding a series of robberies and shootings turned himself in today. 21-year-old Randolph Brown, whose record of tiffs with the law goes back to troubles with a bus driver in which another teenager was shot to death several years ago, has been formally charged with the shooting death of a 32-year-old grocery clerk. His attorney, Charles Baldwin, told me today that as many as 6 armed robbery, 4 assault to murder, and 1 murder charge cases may be filed against Brown in the next 24 hours. The young man, accompanied by his mother and attorney, turned himself in to lawmen in Fort Worth this morning.
Well, here's what I think the curiosity is an interesting part. I feel like someone from Mars coming to Earth when I see these people. I think they feel the same way. You know, I think a lot of them are very, very right out there. You know, they say hello. A lot of them also are very backward, not knowing what they're there for. It's strange communication.
And brighten your home. Don't worry, clouds have a silver lining. Sunshine comes smiling through. So don't frown or you will be lonesome. Smile on, the world smiles with you.
Walk past.
I've just learned of this order. I haven't had time to read the opinion. This will come as a shock to Congress because under the Constitution, the Congress had always considered that each House was the exclusive judge of the qualifications of its own members. The House of its members